Johnes, who's a professor of economics at Lancaster University's Management School, and joins me now. So the Brexit saga continues, the pound taking another beating over this. What do you make of this expected delay of this vote? I mean, how does this help Mrs May, or does it make the situation worse?
It's still more uncertainty, isn't it? Mrs May was anticipated to lose this vote by possibly a triple-digit number, with many of her own backbenchers voting against the proposed deal. And she's squeezed really between two groups. To one side of her, she's got the hardline Brexiteers that think that the deal that she has negotiated is too much like a soft Brexit, that it doesn't go far enough, and certainly they are concerned that it doesn't give the UK the latitude to negotiate its own trade deals with third-party countries after the UK has left the European Union. On the other side of Mrs May, she's got people who would favour a softer Brexit or even no Brexit at all, and they are seizing this opportunity to try and influence the decision in their direction. What do you make of this ruling by the European Court of Justice that the UK could halt Brexit unilaterally if it changes its mind, if it chooses to do so? What kind of impact would that have? Well, the practical importance of that ruling comes in if it's decided by Parliament to put the whole issue of Brexit to a people's vote, a second referendum, because this makes it possible for the UK unilaterally to decide that it wants to remain within the European Union. That means that Remain can be an option on the people's vote without that entailing a whole lot more negotiation with the European Union. So it does simplify the nature of a people's vote if a people's vote were to come to pass. A lot of talk about the UK economy and just how badly it's doing at the moment. In your opinion, if there were to be a no-deal scenario, how would that affect the economy? Well, the UK economy already is suffering as a consequence of the uncertainty. We heard this morning that the month-on-month growth figures have hit a low, just growth of 0.1% month-on-month, suggesting that the UK is going to remain at the bottom of the league table of developed countries in the medium term, at least, at the bottom of the ranking for GDP growth. So growth has already been hit. In the case of a no-deal Brexit, the projections of the government are that over the long term, 15 years ahead, that GDP would end up being between 9 and 10% lower than it would otherwise be at the end of that period. So it does have a significant impact on economic growth, on well-being and the economic fortunes of the economy. A no-deal Brexit is something that almost everybody is very keen to avoid. The problem is, though, how we get to a Brexit that people can buy into. And Mrs May's current proposal doesn't seem to satisfy many people, partly because of the backstop and the fact that there's no route out for the UK to strike its own trade deals, but partly also because of the vagueness of the whole deal. We still don't know whether it will be possible to have frictionless trade with the European Union once the new trade deal is in place. Geraint, thank you very much indeed for that. Good to get your analysis there. Geraint Johnes there in Lancaster University.